Hi, my name is Chris Uphoff. I'm the chef at 30 East Main, located across the street from the State Theater in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Today I'm going to cook you one of our signature soups, our cream of crab. It's definitely a crowd pleaser, and yeah, let's go make some soup. Okay, we're going to start off with the mise en place. Mise en place is pretty much everything in its place. It's going to be real quick. Granted, I'm making a large batch. You can scale this down by about a quarter, and it'll be just fine for home use. Probably yield about half a gallon or so, enough for 4 or 5 people. We have whole butter, flour, and celery and onions. Celery and onions, it's basically 1 stalk of celery, 1 bunch, and 3 onions. Flour, the general rule of thumb, a pound of butter, a pint of flour. So that's a general rule. Right here we have 2 pounds, so it's roughly about a quart of flour, maybe more, maybe less, depends. We have a gallon of milk and 48 ounces of clam juice. So, and then we have 4 quarts of heavy cream, makes a gallon of heavy cream. We have 5 cans of lump crab meat. Each can is about a pound. And then the secret ingredients, what flavors it. And I will explain to you the process of everything. We're going to be making a roux, adding milk, adding the clam juice, adding the cream, adding the crab, adding the seasoning. It's that simple. Go cooking. Okay, we're going to start with the 2 pounds of butters. I cubed them up so it's a little quicker. Just going to drop them in. And at this time, you want to cook it on a low to medium heat. I cook everything on low so I don't burn anything. It takes a little bit more time, but things taste better when they take time to cook. I'm going to grab the onions and celery. I can dump those right in. I don't want to cook the onions and celery too much. I just want to sweat them, because over the cooking process they will overcook and they'll turn to mush basically. We don't like mush. Alright. Well, the first process is done. We let the onions and celery cook down a little bit, melt the butter. So now we're going to add the flour. And earlier I said it depends, so you don't want to add all of it. In a perfect world, yes. I'd put 1 quart of flour in there and it'd be perfect. It's not a perfect world. Cooking would be way too easy if it was perfect. Basically, I'm just trying to get a consistency that I'm looking for, because this, in a nutshell, is what's thickening my soup. There's 3 types of roux. You either have a white roux, a blonde roux, or a brown roux. Depends on your application. If you're making like a white sauce, you'd want a white roux. If you want a blonde sauce, it's basically the color of the sauce that you want. The dark roux is very good for stews, things like that nature. My application is just a cream-based soup, so I want a nice blonde roux. I'm adding milk and cream to it, so that's going to give it the white color that I'm looking for. Okay, now the next step, we cooked our roux down to a blonde roux. We got to cook it a little bit to get the flour taste out of it. So we're going to add the milk. Switch hands. while you're pouring it in, you want to whisk it a little bit because it'll clump up. You'll be able to feel it, the roux taking effect. There. Add the clam juice. Then we'll want to bring that up to a simmer and stir it occasionally. You'll feel it every time you stir it. It's going to get a little harder to stir. And that means the roux is doing its job. Alright, the roux took in effect. A little bit thicker now. So now we can add the last of our ingredients. Got heavy cream. Give that a quick stir to incorporate it all. You'll be able to feel little clumps still down there. That's the roux. You want to break that up. And you'll be able to feel a nice creamy texture. Now we can add our crab. A little bit of seasoning. You don't want to be violent with it. Well, there's our end product, our cream of crab soup. I want to take this time to thank you for joining me in Meals and Minutes. Once again, my name is Chef Chris. I'm here at 30 East Main. Our hours of operations are 11:30 to 2, Tuesday through Saturday.